Hi everyone, my name is Charis and I'm here with the SLG program at UFE to show you my quick guide to writing a paper in APA format. I am a fourth year kinesiology student, so I have used this format for all the papers of my degree so far, but I know this format is also used in the social sciences, so like psychology or sociology, as well as business. This format isn't right for every sort of course, so make sure that you are understanding what your course requires of you. If you're writing something like an English paper, this might not be the one for you. But yeah, let's get into it. Before we begin, I just wanted to show you my source of information for everything I need related to APA formatting, and that is called Purdue Owl. You can Google it, it'll come up right away. So yeah, it's put on by Purdue University, and they just have an incredible site that'll give you all the examples you could need when you come across different specific little situations as you are paper writing. So here's a video overview for you. First, we're going to go over text basics. We're going to look at what your title page needs to look like, how to include headings and page numbers, how to include in-text citations, and finally, references. Remember, of course, the whole goal of using this APA formatting is to give credit to the work and the writings of different authors that we're trying to cite in our paper. All right, so let's kick it off with the text basics. First of all, you're going to want to write your paper in a clean font. Usually that means 12 point and Times New Romans, and it probably should be double spaced. There are a few key sections that go into every APA paper, and that includes a title page, as well as various sections of your paper asked of you by your course, followed by, at the very end, your list of references. Sweet, so a title page. Your title page should include the title of your paper, usually we put this in bold, followed by your own name, your university, the course number, your instructor's name, and the date. All of these things you're going to want to place about 1/3 of the way down your title page. So that's everything that needs to be included. You'll also notice here in my example title page that I have put a header. And so on your first page, you're going to want it to say running head, followed by the title of your paper in all caps. Lastly, you're going to want to already have page number 1 on the title page. Now, if your title is incredibly long, that's okay. It's not going to fit up in the header, so you're just going to need to shorten the words that you put up in the header. So you're only going to include the beginning of your title or something along those lines. So, as I have mentioned already, headers and page numbers, they are an upper heading, and the page number is in the upper right-hand corner. The title is placed in all caps, but no more than 50 characters long, or else it would just get really jumbled up there. I've also noticed something new with the newest guidelines of APA, which is really neat. And the newest guidelines actually say that for students, you don't even need a header on your title page. So I might be in the wrong here. I discovered that while I was doing my research. Just double check what your prof prefers. All of the following pages, regardless, will have the title of your page in all caps, followed by the page number. Sweet. So now we are on to the really important stuff, and that is how you are going to give credit to the different authors whose ideas you are using in your paper. And there's a few different rules that go into this. First of all, you need to know how many authors wrote the paper that you're trying to cite, whether that be 1 or 2 or 3 or more. There can be a lot of authors. There could be like 20 authors. So how do you deal with that? First of all, we'll start off by looking about what to do when there's 2 authors. There's 2 ways to do it. You can either incorporate it into your sentence. So option A here, I wrote, research by Smith and Jones, 2021, shows blah, blah, blah. And in that way, you're incorporating the names of the authors into your sentence. The other way that you can do it is just to put their names and the year the paper was written at the end of your sentence. Like this. Once we get into 3 or more authors, you don't need to write all of their last names. That gets really hard to read. So instead what we do is we sub it out with this little phrase here, Owl, and it ends in a little period there, even if it's in the middle of your sentence. So research by Smith Owl 2021 shows blah, 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 or I wrote it here as well in the other format. So either way works. Finally, at the end of your paper, you need to write out all of your references. So all of the papers that you read and used to contribute to the ideas that you wrote about in your paper. And so here are the basics of your reference list. It's going to use hanging indentation. So you can see that put into practice right here in my little example. So the first line is right flush with the margin, but following that, there's always an indent. That just helps us to separate between our different references. And then it's also in alphabetical order by last name. So we're starting at the beginning of the alphabet at the top of our list here with the B's, and then we're going down the alphabet as we go down our list. For specifically UFV students, I just want to give you a little, not hack, but a little tip that I can offer for how you can gather all of these references. Because writing these all out takes a lot of work, and especially in the beginning, it can be a little overwhelming to know how to write out all of your references properly. So here's a bit of a cheat way that you can do it that I find really useful. Here I looked up a study done by a couple profs that I actually know in the kin department. So I looked them up on the UFV library. So you find your study that you want to cite in the library, and then over here there's a button that says cite. When you click on that button, it'll take you to this, which is super useful. You can scroll down and make sure to find the APA reference, and then right there it is written out perfectly for you the way you need. So you can copy and paste that straight into your references list. I just recommend always double checking to make sure the system didn't do anything wonky. It's not completely perfect, but I would definitely say 98% of the time, it's going to give you the reference that you need. So I hope this helps you know where to start when you're writing a paper in APA format, and best of luck to you. Cheers!